Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, introduced one of psychology's most transformative concepts, the shadow. Jung stated, "Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is." This hidden aspect of ourselves, comprising traits, emotions, and qualities we've suppressed or rejected, secretly influences our behaviors and relationships in ways we don't realize. The shadow forms early in life when family and society teach us what's acceptable. A child repeatedly told that anger is wrong will bury this emotion, potentially struggling with assertiveness as an adult. Yet paradoxically, that buried anger might hold the key to healthy boundary setting and personal strength. Jung distinguished between two types of shadows: personal shadow, individual traits we've suppressed; collective shadow, hidden aspects of entire cultures, including societal fears and prejudices. The power of projection. One of the most revealing ways the shadow manifests is through psychological projection. Jung observed, "We still attribute to the other fellow all the evil and inferior qualities that we do not like to recognize in ourselves." When someone's behavior triggers an intense reaction in you, it often signals something hidden in your own shadow. That colleague whose arrogance irritates you might be reflecting your own buried desire for recognition. These emotional triggers serve as clues, guiding you toward parts of yourself that need attention. Recognizing projection transforms relationships. Instead of reacting defensively, you can pause and ask, "What does this situation reveal about me?" This shift builds more authentic, compassionate connections because you realize your perceptions are often shaped by unresolved inner conflicts. Reclaiming hidden strengths. Contrary to popular belief, the shadow isn't just negative. Jung believed it contains powerful positive traits like creativity, confidence, and assertiveness that we've hidden due to social pressures or fears. When we reclaim these qualities, we unlock untapped potential. Consider assertiveness. Many people, especially women, suppress this trait after being labeled pushy or aggressive. But when assertiveness emerges from the shadow, it becomes a valuable strength for setting boundaries and pursuing goals confidently. Jung called this process psychological wholeness, integrating all parts of ourselves rather than rejecting aspects that make us uncomfortable. True personal growth comes from embracing our complete psyche, not hiding from it. The challenge of shadow work. Jung warned that shadow work requires considerable moral effort. It means facing parts of ourselves we've long ignored or denied, an uncomfortable but necessary process. The discomfort actually signals you're approaching something important that needs healing. Shadow work demands both courage and self-compassion. You must bravely confront uncomfortable truths while approaching discoveries with kindness rather than judgment. Emotional resilience is crucial, learning to sit with difficult feelings without being overwhelmed. Remember that shadow work is ongoing. Jung called it a long process of negotiation, meaning we're in constant dialogue with our unconscious mind, slowly bringing hidden parts into awareness. Practical shadow work techniques. Daily journaling. Set aside time each day to write freely about emotional triggers. Ask yourself, what exactly made me feel upset in this situation? Why did I react this way? What am I seeing in others that I might be denying in myself? Mindfulness practice. Pause throughout the day to check in with your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Notice patterns in your reactions and behaviors. Simple daily routine. Morning. Few minutes of mindfulness, observing thoughts and emotions. Throughout the day, take short pauses during strong emotional reactions. Evening. 10 to 15 minutes journaling about insights and emotional patterns. Working with stories and myths. Stories like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde reveal universal truths about the inner battle between who we want to be and parts we reject. Pay attention to characters that evoke strong emotions. They often reflect something in your own shadow. From personal to collective healing. Individual shadow work extends beyond personal growth. It can help heal society. Jung believed in a collective shadow comprising societal prejudices, violence, and injustices we avoid confronting. When you face your own biases and fears, you become more aware of how they connect to larger social problems. Someone who works through personal prejudices becomes more likely to challenge unfairness in their workplace, creating positive change. Healing the collective shadow requires courage, confronting uncomfortable truths, having difficult conversations, and taking responsibility for both personal and historical wrongs. As Jung said, the courage with which we bear our darkness frees others from having to carry it for us. The path to wholeness. Jung's ultimate goal was individuation, bringing all parts of yourself into harmony. This isn't about perfection or eliminating flaws, but recognizing and accepting every aspect of yourself, even uncomfortable ones. Benefits of shadow integration include emotional resilience, better ability to handle life's challenges, improved relationships, less projection, more authentic connections, inner freedom, liberation from societal pressures and limiting beliefs, enhanced self-awareness, deeper understanding of emotional triggers and patterns. People who integrate their shadow often describe profound freedom, no longer feeling trapped by others' expectations or their own self-limiting beliefs. They live more authentically, without constantly hiding or pretending. A simple integration practice. Try this visualization. Imagine yourself in a peaceful place facing a mirror. Instead of your reflection, see a shadowy figure representing ignored parts of yourself. Rather than turning away, step through the mirror and merge with this shadow. Feel discomfort transform into peace and completeness. Modern applications. Jung's shadow concept has profoundly influenced modern psychology and spirituality. Personality tests like Myers-Briggs help identify hidden aspects. Therapeutic practices use shadow work for deep healing. Cognitive behavioral therapy explores beliefs behind thoughts and actions. Leadership development emphasizes authentic, self-aware guidance. Embracing your complete self. Jung taught that there is no light without shadow. The path to psychological health requires acknowledging both light and dark aspects of ourselves. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behaviors, but understanding their roots, often unmet needs or past experiences. Shadow work begins with curiosity. What parts of myself have I been avoiding? What traits do I judge in others that might reflect something I've disowned? This self-reflection, though challenging, leads to profound insights and growth. As you embrace your shadow, you open doors to a more authentic, fulfilling life. You become emotionally stronger, less reactive, and more capable of transforming perceived weaknesses into sources of strength and creativity. Conclusion. Carl Jung's shadow represents both our greatest challenge and our most significant opportunity for growth. By courageously facing the parts of ourselves we've hidden, we move toward wholeness, not perfection, but authentic integration of our complete self. This journey requires patience, compassion, and commitment. But when approached with curiosity rather than fear, shadow work unlocks hidden strengths, improves relationships, and creates space for genuine healing and transformation. The question isn't whether you have a shadow. Everyone does. The question is whether you'll find the courage to explore it, embrace it, and discover the profound freedom that comes from accepting all of who you are.